Hey everyone, Miss Square here. This video is going to show you how to update page 28 in your interactive notebook. So page 28 is domain and range. That's our title for this page. And there are two inserts that you're going to need. The first one you're going to need is the 4 quadrant with domain and range written at the bottom of it. And then the second one that you're going to need is this upside down L-shaped one. Okay, so on both of them you're going to have to trim them so that they are in this shape, clearly trimmed on the black lines, and on this one you're also going to have to trim it so that it can fit properly on the page, because we're going to fit both of these on page 28. So before you get started, you are going to need to trim your dotted lines. Now there's one line on here that is not dotted that does need to get cut, and that is this line right here, right underneath where it says domain. This line is the only line that's not dotted that needs to get trimmed. So you can go ahead and pause the video now and trim your dotted lines, and that one line that's not dotted. You want to have individual flaps for each spot. So once you have it folded, it's just going to get folded straight down. So you can fold first and then trim, or you can trim and then fold. It really doesn't matter, okay? Because we want to cover up what's written there. And then you're going to cut the bottoms. Remember, that one line that is not dotted is the only line that's going to get trimmed. Okay? So you've got your pieces and they are trimmed. Okay. So you could see all folded to create an upside down L or a corner, however you want to describe this. Okay. So we're going to label the outside flaps based off of what's inside. So the first one is domain. So that's going to get the letter D on the outside of it. The next one is inputs. Okay, that's going to get an I for input. The next one is the X coordinates. That's what domain are. They are all the X coordinates. So that gets an X. And the last one is independent variables. That's going to get another I. Because domain, if you remember from class, is all of our inputs, which are our X coordinates, which are our independent variables. So going across the top, you should have the word Dixie. Going down, we're going to identify the range. Well, the first one is R for range. Well, the range is the set of all outputs. So that's going to get an O. It's the Y coordinates. So we put a Y on the outside, and they are our dependent variables. So that gets a D. So you should have a foldable that now looks like the following. Okay, excellent. So once this is filled out, you can place it to the side. You're going to fill out your next one, which you can hold it whatever way you want, because it's an upside down, sideways, it doesn't matter. However you want to hold this and write on it is all good. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the 4 quadrants: ordered pair, mapping, table, and graph, using the 4 ordered pairs. You could pause the video here so that you can go ahead and fill that out. Using these 4 ordered pairs, you're going to fill in ordered pairs, mapping, table, and graph, just like we've practiced on page, it was page 25 from relations. Once you have your 4 quadrants filled out, you're going to identify domain and then the range. And remember, the domain and range are sets of numbers, so they have to get curly brackets around both sets. So you need to make sure that your domain and range has curly brackets written around it. Once you have both filled out, this sheet and your little L shaped, you're going to put and tape your L shape into the top left corner, and your domain and range is going to get taped in right underneath it. So hopefully you guys can see that. And you're just going to tape those two in. Of course, if you have any questions on page 28, feel free to come see myself or Mrs. Kender.